doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah, good. That was a hesitant. How are you doing on your homework? Good. You're cute. You know that whole phrase that people say, like, you know, you're so hot, I'll drink your bath water? Yeah, I would never do that. That's gross. That's sanitary. So, yeah. Just a personal trait I thought I'd throw out there. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of hitting on girls, nice segue I did there. I had this thought that maybe it would be way cooler instead of like you see a hot girl and you get like butterflies or you get a boner or whatever, however type of person you are. Instead of doing that you could react to it like how cartoons react to hot girls. Like, so all of a sudden a hot girl walks in and all of a sudden you levitate in the air and your eyes pop out of your head and you're like, ah, ooh, God, and you're like homina, homina, and then all of a sudden your head turns into a steam whistle and then it blows out steam and shapes into a heart and then you fall down and melt into a puddle of fucking mud and then come back up. You know, that, it would, I feel like if you did that, that would alleviate a lot of the problems that like pretty girls try to cause when they're always asking you if they're pretty and you're like, you know, your pretty girl that you finally got, she asks you, you know, do you think I'm still pretty? And I'm like, yeah, obviously I don't normally shapeshift into a wolf in a zoot suit for no reason. Why would I do that? Basically 2 years ago, I got out of like a 3 or 4 year relationship, so that was like kind of hectic. But everything turned out okay, and I mean, we're good now. It's not really that I hate her that much. It's just really like sometimes I just kind of wish like some sort of disease on it. There's those days where I wish a disease on my ex-girlfriend every now and then, just for the fuck of it, just like, and nothing like breast cancer or anything like that, because then all of a sudden like people are donating to her and shit and treating her like she just got back from Afghanistan, and I think that's bullshit. Like I want something that would discredit her sexually. Like, you know, something like that. I don't know, that's just me ranting. I like to rant on shit about that. She made me mad today, so. But no, here's a story that I will tell you guys just real quick about one time when we had our biggest fight, and I was kind of dragged into, like, I am totally against putting your hands on a woman, but I feel like I was dragged into a situation where she wanted to frame me for this sort of situation, and basically what happened, like, any domestic violence situation starts off, we were both watching So You Think You Can Dance. And we're sitting there, and I'm watching intently as the girl is doing her solo and she's dancing. And basically she kind of looks over at me and she goes, "Are you looking at that girl's ass?" And I'm like, well, no fucking shit. I'm black. All I do is look at ass and eat chicken. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, so we get into an argument, and I could tell that she didn't even want to argue about that. She just wanted to argue about something totally, completely different. So we get into this argument, we're going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, she gives me the good old, you know, there's a lot of things that I can build in this world with shit you don't know. This is what she said to me. And she's not really that smart of a person. Like, and I know I'm 10 times smarter than her, so I get pissed really shitty, because I'm like, really, there's not many things that I don't know. Okay, I don't know what anal sex feels like. I don't know why people keep watching Monk for no fucking reason. Dude, I don't know where the fuck Bin Laden is, which was relevant at the time, because now I think I know where he is. Well, at least where they told me he is. But, so we get into that, and that goes on, and usually we get into an argument, and what happens is, she'll say she wants to leave, and I'll say, no, I'm sorry, don't go anywhere, stay here, we'll work it out, I love you. But this time I was kind of like beside myself, so I kind of just said, you know, fucking roll, troll. Well, that pissed her off. So she runs into the room, she slams the door. Now, she slams the door, and I'm thinking, this is my first fight with a Caucasian girl. I want to act like how Caucasian dudes act in a fight like this. So I go and I kick the fucking door open, like real seriously, like. And I walk in and I'm like, what's wrong? What's the problem? What's the matter? She won't answer me at all. So finally, I get pissed because she's not answering me, and I pick up a jewelry box and I toss it across the room. Well, it falls into pieces before it even hits the fucking wall. And she looks at me and she goes, "My grandmother made me that jewelry box," which Comes to find out, number one, it was a lie. She bought it from Walmart. But number two, the funny thing about it was that we kept our weed in that jewelry box. So you really didn't cherish your grandmother that much. Like after we kept our weed in there. So we go on, and then finally she wants to destroy something of mine. So she goes marching into the living room, and she grabs the DVD collection, which the DVD collection, that's my whole area of expertise, And she grabs the DVD collection, and I grab the DVD, and we're pulling back and forth, and then she finally grabs with two hands, and the DVD hits her in the face. Well, this is how I know that she knew that the situation was on her side, because in a matter of a few seconds, she smirked at me, and then immediately fell to the ground and started doing this whole thing about, oh, I never thought you would do that to me. Why would you do that to me? Well, of course, like any loving boyfriend, my first thought was, fuck, I'm in Indiana, she's white, she's on the ground, I gotta get the fuck out of here. But instead, I just collapsed to the ground and I started crying and I started weeping, and all of a sudden she's holding me in her arms and coupling me against her breast, and that's when I decided that I was going to go to acting school. So that's that story that I wanted to try out on you guys. That is my time, you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of the show.